Greetings and salutations, dear viewers. Get ready for some fantastic content. Welcome to our channel, where today's focus is all about Masahiro Morioka. Let's get started. Is a Japanese philosopher who has contributed to the fields of philosophy of life, bioethics, gender studies, media theory, and civilization studies. He is a professor of philosophy and ethics at Waseda University, Japan. He coined the term life studies for an integrated approach to the issues of life, death, and nature in contemporary society. Since 2006, he has proposed a new philosophical discipline he calls philosophy of life. He has published numerous academic books and articles, mainly in Japanese, and has regularly contributed commentaries and book reviews to major Japanese newspapers and magazines. His books include Painless Civilization, which criticizes the incessant attempts to escape from pain and suffering in modern civilization, Confessions of a Frigid Man, a philosopher's journey into the hidden layers of men's sexuality, which illuminates some of the darker sides of male sexuality such as the Lolita complex and male frigidity, and Lessons in Love for Herbivore Men, one of the books that helped popularize the term Herbivore Men. He is the editor-in-chief of Journal of Philosophy of Life, an associate editor of Eubios Journal of Asian and International Bioethics, and a steering committee member of the International Conference on Philosophy and Meaning in Life. Moving forward, we'll be taking a closer look at biography. Morioka was born in Chiba Prefecture, Japan, in 1958 and entered the University of Tokyo in 1977. In the beginning he studied physics and mathematics, but he later turned to philosophy and ethics. In graduate school he specialized in bioethics and environmental ethics, a newly emerging field at that time, as well as Wittgenstein's later philosophy. He published 2 books on bioethics, An Invitation to the Study of Life and Brain Dead Person, and moved to the International Research Center for Japanese Studies, Kyoto, in 1988. There he wrote several books, including How to Live in a Post-Religious Age and Consciousness Communication. The former is a philosophical and psychological analysis of Abe Shinrikyo's sarin attack on the Tokyo subway that occurred in an interview. March 16, 1996. June 29, 1996. And the latter discusses subconscious interactions in the age of computer communications. Consciousness Communication won the Telecom Social Science Award in 1993. He spent 1 year as a visiting scholar at Waseda University, Connecticut, US, in 1991. In 1997, he moved to Osaka Prefecture University, where he taught philosophy and ethics. In 2001 he published Life Studies Approaches to Bioethics, in which he discussed brain death and organ transplantation, feminist bioethics and abortion, the disability rights movement, and new forms of eugenics from the perspective of life studies. In this book he introduces concepts such as the fundamental sense of security and the reality of a deeply shaken self, which he discovered through an examination of Japanese bioethics literature written in the years. He published Painless Civilization, mentioned above, in 2003. This is considered by many his most important and influential book to date. His books on men's studies, also mentioned above, have been frequently referred to in the field of gender studies. He published Manga Introduction to Philosophy in 2013. He played an important role in the revision of the organ transplantation law in Japan in the years. He asserted that organs should not be harvested from small children who have been declared brain dead, but his proposal was ultimately rejected by the Diet. He moved to the School of Human Sciences, Waseda University, in 2015. A critical study of antinatalist philosophy, Would It Have Been Better Never to Have Been Born?, sparked much discussion in Japan in 2020. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting brain death as a human relationship and exploring its implications in greater detail. Morioka defines brain death not as a material process occurring inside the brain, but as a human relationship formed between a comatose patient and his/her family members or others who surround him/her. He calls this a human relationship-oriented analysis approach to bioethics. He claims that brain death is not necessarily human death. The spotlight now falls on consciousness communication as we delve deeper into its details. In his 1993 book Consciousness Communication, he distinguished consciousness communication for the purpose of social interaction itself, from information communication used as a tool for conveying information. He predicted that consciousness communication would play a central role in the coming information society, and put forward the concepts of community of anonymity and dream navigator. Get ready for an exciting part as we dive into life studies. Morioka calls his comprehensive approach to the issues of life, death, and nature life studies. The ultimate goal of life studies is to help people to live their lives without regret. Morioka asserts that the most important aspect of life studies is never to detach ourselves from the problems we are tackling and never to think of ourselves as exceptions. He encourages us to keep our eyes on our own desires and the evil that he believes is deeply engraved in our hearts. Let's now turn our gaze towards fundamental sense of security and explore the fascinating connections it has to offer. The fundamental sense of security is one of the central concepts in Morioka's philosophy. In the book Life Studies Approaches to Bioethics, he describes this as a sense of security that allows me to strongly believe that even if I had been unintelligent, ugly, or disabled, my existence in the world itself would have been equally welcomed, and whether I succeed or fail, and even if I become a doddering old man, my existence will continue to be welcomed. He asserts that this is a precondition of our being able to live our lives without regret. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting Painless Civilization and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. Morioka asserts that our contemporary civilization is developing in the form of a painless civilization. He asserts that this civilization's limitless penchant for eliminating pain and suffering makes us completely lose sight of the meaning of life that is indispensable to human beings and deprives us of the joy of life in exchange for pleasure, pleasantness, and comfort. He further claims that people in advanced countries know that they are drowning in the tide of their painless civilization but do not know how to escape from it. As we enter this new phase, let's navigate the complexities of Frigid Man, Herbivore Men, and discover its practical applications. Morioka uses the phrase frigid man to describe a man who suffers from sexual frigidity caused by male frigidity and has a subconscious attraction toward young girls, especially girls wearing school uniforms. Many Japanese adult males suffer from this condition and love to see the images of young girls in the mass media and on the internet. This is the pathology hidden behind the Japanese male's Lolita complex. In Morioka's writings, herbivore men are timid young Japanese men who are inexperienced and unassertive in love and sex. Just after the publication of Morioka's book, Lessons in Love for Herbivore Men, 2008, the term herbivore men became a buzzword in Japan and was reported worldwide. Moving forward, we'll be taking a closer look at philosophy of life. The philosophy of life is a new discipline in contemporary philosophy that aims to examine the topics of life, death, and nature from various philosophical angles. It widens the scope of the 19th century's advanced philosophy and encompasses contemporary bioethics, environmental philosophy, philosophy of biology, biopolitics, the study of the meaning of human life, and other areas of research. Brace yourselves for the next chapter, where we'll be dissecting birth affirmation. This is one of the key concepts in Morioka's philosophy of life. Birth affirmation means to be able to say yes, from the bottom of our hearts, to the fact that we have been born. Morioka distinguishes birth affirmation from similar concepts such as survival affirmation and affirmation of one's whole life. He considers birth negation as the worst form of human evil. As we transition to the next segment, let's unravel the mysteries surrounding animated persona and gain a fresh perspective. The soundless voice saying "I am here" that appears on the surface of something or someone. Morioka argues that it appears on a corpse, a wooden mask, or even a tree, as a kind of personhood. Get ready for a captivating exploration as we unravel the layers of books English and their profound significance. Books English Confessions of a Frigid Man, A Philosopher's Journey into the Hidden Layers of Men's Sexuality PDF Tokyo Philosophy Project, Open Access Book 2021 Manga Introduction to Philosophy, An Exploration of Time, Existence, the Self, and the Meaning of Life PDF Tokyo Philosophy Project, Open Access Book 2021 Painless Civilization 1, A Philosophical Critique of Desire PDF Tokyo Philosophy Project, Open Access Book 2023 Painless Civilization 2, Painless Stream and the Fate of Love PDF Tokyo Philosophy Project, Open Access Book 2024 What is Antinatalism? And Other Essays, Philosophy of Life in Contemporary Society, 2nd edition PDF Tokyo Philosophy Project, Open Access Book. Brace yourselves for the next chapter, where we'll be dissecting Books English, edited by Morioka. Books English, edited by Morioka Masahiro Morioka ed. Reconsidering Meaning in Life, A Philosophical Dialogue with Thaddeus Metz Journal of Philosophy of Life PDF Open Access Book 2017 Masahiro Morioka ed. Nihilism and the Meaning of Life, A Philosophical Dialogue with James Tartaglia Journal of Philosophy of Life PDF Open Access Book 2023 Masahiro Morioka ed. Artificial Intelligence, Robots, and Philosophy Journal of Philosophy of Life PDF Open Access Book. Now, it's time to shift gears and explore Books Japanese, Incomplete. Books Japanese, Incomplete, an Invitation to the Study of Life Kisoshobo, in Japanese 1989 Brain Dead Person, Human Relationship-Oriented Analysis of Brain Death Tokyo Joseki, in Japanese HTML 1993 Consciousness Communication Chikumashobo, in Japanese 1994 Reconsidering the View of Life Chikumashobo, in Japanese 1996 How to Live in a Post-Religious Age Hosoken, in Japanese 1997 An Intellectual Method of Facing Oneself PhD Publications, in Japanese 2001 Life Studies Approaches to Bioethics, A New Perspective on Brain Death, Feminism, and Disability Kisoshobo, in Japanese 2001 Life Torn Apart Kinokaprisicum, in Japanese 2003 Painless Civilization, A Philosophical Critique of Desire Trans-U Publications, in Japanese 2005 Confessions of a Frigid Man, A Philosopher's Journey into the Hidden Layers of Men's Sexuality Chikumashobo, in Japanese 2005 Life Studies for Beginners, A Philosophy for Facing Oneself Trans-U, in Japanese 2008 Lessons in Love for Herbivore Men Media Factory, in Japanese 2009 Herbivore Men Will Bring Your Last Love Magazine House, in Japanese 2009 The 33rd Stone, A Philosophy for a Wounded Age Shunjusho, in Japanese 2012 Connecting the Living and the Deceased, A Philosophy for Requiescat and Rebirth Shunjusho, in Japanese 2013 Manga Introduction to Philosophy Kavin Shaw, in Japanese 2015 Philosophy, Trauma, Sexuality, Book Reviews Kinokapris, in Japanese 2015 A Philosophical Inquiry into Personhood, Dignity, and Brain Death, Hinokapris, in Japanese 2020 Would It Have Been Better Never to Have Been Born? Chikumashobu, in Japanese. Brace yourself for an in-depth analysis as we navigate through selected English papers and its far-reaching implications. 1991 The Concept of Life in Contemporary Japan. Former title, The Concept of Inochi PDF 2001 Reconsidering Brain Death, A Lesson from Japan's 15 Years of Experience. 2011 Natural Right to Grow and Die in the Form of Wholeness, A Philosophical Interpretation of the Ontological Status of Brain-Dead Children. PDF 2011 Narrative Responsibility and Moral Dilemma. PDF with Takenobu Kinyo 2013 A Phenomenological Study of Herbivore Men. PDF 2015 Feminism, Disability, and Brain Death, Alternative Voices from Japanese Bioethics. PDF 2015 Is Meaning in Life Comparable? From the Viewpoint of the Heart of Meaning in Life. PDF 2017 The Trolley Problem and the Dropping of Atomic Bombs. PDF 2021 What is Antinatalism? Definition, History, and Categories. PDF 2021. What is birth affirmation? The meaning of saying yes to having been born. PDF 2021 animated persona, the ontological status of a deceased person who continues to appear in this world. PDF 2022. Is it possible to say yes to traumatic experiences? A philosophical approach to human suffering. PDF 2022. The concept of painless civilization and the philosophy of biological evolution, with reference to Jonas, Freud, and Bataille. PDF 2023. The sense of someone appearing there, a philosophical investigation into other minds, deceased people, and animated persona. HTML 2023. Artificial intelligence and contemporary philosophy, Heidegger, Jonas, and Slam Mold. PDF. I love hearing from you, so leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments.